Men sexually fantasize about their exes way more than women do. They're also more likely to fantasize about porn stars. While nearly everyone has sexual fantasies, we don't all fantasize about the same people. Some of us fantasize about superheroes, porn stars, even politicians, whereas others tend to fantasize more about people we know personally, like our current partner or ex. It turns out, people of different genders and sexual orientations tend to have different sexual fantasy subjects. In other words, men and women don't fantasize about the same people sexually. Neither do gay/bi and straight folks. Dr. Justin Lehmiller, research fellow at the Kinsey Institute, surveyed 4,175 Americans aged 18 to 87 about their sexual fantasies for his book Tell Me What You Want. Specifically, he asked who they fantasize about, and in a recent blog post, he revealed how many people have ever had a sexual fantasy about certain individuals. A few sexual fantasies were universal across all genders and sexual orientations. Roughly 90% of people reported that they had fantasized about their current partner before, with straight men being the most likely to have done so, 91%. Roughly the same number of men and women have ever fantasized about a vague/faceless person before. Gay/bi men are more likely to have fantasized about this, 62%, than straight men, 53%, whereas straight women, 55%, are more likely to have fantasized about it than gay/bi women, 57%. Sometimes our sexual fantasies are more about the specific activity that's taking place, such as, say, an orgy, and less about who we're having sex with, Lehmiller explained to Men's Health. He continued, also, people, but especially women, often picture themselves as the object of desire in their sexual fantasies. When people do this, their partners don't matter as much because they're not really the focus of attention. While men and women were equally likely to have fantasized about a vague/faceless person at some point in their life, women reported having the fantasy more often. Now, when it comes to ex-partners, many more straight men said they had fantasized about their exes than straight women, 88% versus 61%, respectively. 77% of gay/bi men had fantasized about their exes, compared to 68% of gay/bi women. The fact that men said they fantasize about their exes more than women fits in well with some other research I've seen, which finds that men actually tend to view their exes more favorably than do women, Lehmiller said. So it may be that men are fantasizing more about their exes simply because they have more positive attitudes toward them. Similarly, more men regardless of sexual orientation have sexually fantasized about porn stars than women. 62% of gay/bi men and 60% of straight men said they had fantasized about porn stars before, whereas only 19% of straight women and 31% of gay/bi women reported the same fantasy. Men probably fantasize about porn stars more often than women simply because men tend to watch more porn, explained Lehmiller. Consistent with this idea, I also asked people which specific porn stars they fantasize about and found that men had a pretty easy time naming names. By contrast, I don't know their name was one of the most common responses among women, especially heterosexual women, perhaps because they're the demographic group that watches the least porn. And remember, it's okay if you and your partner fantasize about different things. Fantasies are often just that, fantasies. They can be fun to think about, but not to actually do in real life.